going on, everybody? I'm going to take some time out right now to talk about a few things. I hope everyone is doing well. And if you're not, may you find swift amelioration towards your wellness. I say that for a reason, and I say that because I mean it. Now, let's get right into it. Godfather J6 in the building. Good day to you. Hope you're doing well as well. Okay. FOMO TV. Y'all are coming in swift fast. What's that? The the comic book or the Super Flash or Mercury with the wings and the ankles. That's fast, man. It's fast. I just wanted to, touch on a few, topics, and I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. I'll have to bounce in a minute. Have a great stream, man. You too, man. Enjoy your day. Always appreciate your support, and for those who will catch the replay, FOMO, I don't know if you're still active on YouTube and streaming, but of course, I always tell people to go check out your work as a content creator. To go subscribe. Thanks for coming through. Um, so it seems like history history tends to repeat itself. People don't believe that, but I think it does, and I think it rhymes, and I think we're living through it again. This feels very, very familiar. Um, and what I mean by that is this, in a sense where those of us who've been around in this space for a few years have seen a lot and have had to try to process all the goings on occurring in the market through all the cycles, right? So now here we are. It's the middle of the year, and you have no clarity whatsoever with regulations, right? The markets are down, but they tell you it's a bull market, okay? We know the market is not, this is not indicative of any type of bull market, but you have people who choose to tell you otherwise. And especially in the realm of stocks, you have folks who think and believe that in this world of equities, that the market is basically in a bull market. Now, we know the difference. Those of us who know better, we do better. We know the difference. We know the absolute difference. And it's sort of like what I like to believe an illusion, right? Everything is not what it seems. It's a smokescreen. You know, people are sort of like in a I don't know, in a state of confusion, and that's, I think, done by design, because people, we have to kind of like put our thinking caps on, not the tinfoil thinking cap, but the thinking cap, reality, and think when when times are hard, this is when you're tested. This is when you learn about what you can handle, what you can tolerate. You learn about certain qualities that you may not have noticed that you have or possess. And then you strike while the iron is hot. You take advantage when things are seemingly turbulent. And I'm talking about with respect to these markets. You know, if you're into precious metals inherently are going to retain the same quality that allowed them to become precious. If you are into crypto and you like certain tokens, certain coins, certain whatever that are quote unquote precious to you, you may, if you have the ability, think about acquiring more during the downturn, during the time when the market is not doing so well by way of price, by way of, price market activity being expensive, being high. No, you see that the prices are low and you really care or love what you have or believe in, you're gonna buy more and scoop it up because it's a discount. If you have again a certain material item that you like, that you pay a certain amount for, and then you go to a store, you go to a mall somewhere, and you find it, they offering it real cheap. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna buy it more. I don't see why that psychology shouldn't be applied in these markets, especially when you understand the value proposition. This is all too familiar. And this is even outside of crypto, just like I said, in regular life. You like a certain type of brand, whatever brand you like that you pay good money for, if you find that brand being sold somewhere at for a cheaper price, my goodness, and whatever it is, you're gonna want to acquire it, right? Because you're getting a deal. You're getting a deal. I don't care for Coca-Cola like that. Shout out to the people who love Coca-Cola, but you understand what I'm saying. You buy your 20-ounce bottle, you pay, let's say, $2 for that joint because inflation for a 20-ounce, crazy, right? But then you go to some other store and they offering it, two for $1. Same brand. It ain't bootleg. It's not counterfeit. Same brand. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it because you enjoy the fizz in your grill when you're drinking it. You're gonna buy it. Precious gold. I don't know what the price is per ounce, whatever. But you could get something that's pure gold, real gold, 24K. Hey, somewhere it costs, let's say, whatever for the ounce, and you could get it somewhere for a fraction of a fraction cheaper, you're gonna acquire it. Stop lying to yourselves. This is what the rich people are doing. I'm keeping it simple here, yo. This is not a course for, academia. I'm keeping it so simple with y'all because I like to sort of like take whatever that's complex and minimize it to the simple beginning so I could even teach my kids and my family what's what. And if I can't understand it, I'd leave it alone. But this is all too familiar. It's all too familiar. And it always happens when the sale goes away, when they rip the discount ticket price, whatever, it's over. When it's over and you see it's no longer $1 for two 20-ounce Coca-Colas, is back to $2, you're going to feel so bad because it happens all of the time. This is what they do. But then when you're looking at it from the perspective of these markets, Crypto Khalil, what's going on? Doing great. Hope you're doing well as well. Look, FOMO said gold is 1960, about 2 racks, right? 2,000 for an ounce. If you could get that same ounce somewhere else for 17, right? 18, you copping that if that's what you believe in and you have the ability, you have the money to buy, you buying that. You buying that. if you're looking at, because I've heard this all before. So shout out Sunshine Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Heard it all before with entities trying to create Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin ETFs. This is not new. More Hex in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? You know, like, oh, ETF, BlackRock ETF. That's like the news of the news, right? Because BlackRock has become a behemoth, a juggernaut. What's the highest, the biggest animal they say these staker class leagues? Poseidon or Megalodon, right? They've become a colossal, formidable financial entity. I think they literally own the world, BlackRock. They started from crumbs. If you look at the history of BlackRock, you'll be fascinated. Dude lost everything. He was bubbling with a whole nother company, did very well for the company, then got ousted or got, I don't remember the history like that, but it's a fascinating story when you hear about some Black Rock, right? And guess what? Do you think they have not been investing in this revolutionary asset class? And not just a revolutionary asset class. Do you not believe for a second they didn't take advantage of these bear markets where everyone's crying, everyone's scared, everyone's afraid, angry, dumping their Bitcoin? You don't think they've been buying them by the droves and other greedy entities and individuals have been doing the same? You don't think they've been doing the same? This is all too familiar. They're not the first and won't be the last to issue some type of application to have a Bitcoin ETF. I remember in 17, there was the talk of backed New York Stock Exchange type of entity, trading, supposed to trade Bitcoin and whatever, whatever. And I think that got approved and it went through. But I think because I stopped caring, because it didn't make any noise and cause anything to happen in a positive way for the cryptocurrency market. And this was 5 years ago. This is not new. The owners of Gemini, those guys have been submitting requests for Bitcoin ETFs for the longest, and it's like the SEC just strung them along, just string people along to shoot everybody down. But I'm waiting to see what they're gonna do with BlackRock, because BlackRock damn near owns Earth. You don't think BlackRock could just buy them all out, right? You have money, you have influence. You can just call the shots. You can pay anyone and everyone to do your bidding. So SEC is trembling right now. Like those people, Mr. Burns and them, that's Gary Gensler. I call him Mr. Burns. He just looks like a funny comedic character with a devilish, wicked spirit to me. To me. Because your intentions are so impure. It's raw. You could see it. It's nasty. It's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? It's nasty work what they do, and they do it in your face. It's not even smokescreen. The SEC will will show you how corrupt they are, and smile in your face. They'll show you. They'll show you that they were mingling, right, and frolicking around with the FTX consortium. BlackRock, I'm not BlackRock. Mr. Burns and them was engaging in social activities with the FTX crew, all of them. Dude was there taking pictures with all, and then you want to just pretend and for posterity show that you are heading the regulation a wave and trying to shut everything down that's even anything crypto related. It's not going to work in the US. It's not going to work. He playing himself. He got slapped the f up by the judge this week, like just humiliated, back to back to back to back. It's actually quite entertaining. It's very entertaining to see these entities go at each other, because you know what, it's all, the bottom line is all about greed. Who can outdo the other the best? Which greedy person can outgreed the other? Because there's no more talks about how Bitcoin is fair. Bitcoin is accessible to anybody and everyone. Bitcoin is for the world. Everybody can access Bitcoin, although it's true. But you know what? There's a small group of people that own all of it out of sheer greed. This is familiar. This is not new. This is not something that, people should be enamored by. You shouldn't feel like, oh my goodness, yay, institutions are coming. The institutions have been here. Chase Manhattan, Chase, JP Morgan Chase. And these people lie for a living. You understand? We get lied to more than be told the truth. That's why when you're telling the truth, you're not a popular person. You're not well liked, because you're going against the grain of lies. JP Morgan, this diamond fool, another representative of wickedness, told the world that Bitcoin wasn't worth nothing. 2017. Meanwhile, in tandem, at the same time he's saying one thing, his corporation was acquiring Bitcoin heavily in Europe. 2017, he's saying Bitcoin is nothing. It's just trash. Don't quote me verbatim. That's not what he said, but this is what he's saying. Like, it's bad. Don't acquire it. Blah, blah, blah. And his corporation was acquiring it. Not just one or two a day. He was mining the joint, his corporation, in Europe the whole time. At least, and this is me out of ignorance, saying this out of ignorance, I haven't heard Fidelity downplay Bitcoin. Why? Because they've been in the game since, I think, 2013. Fidelity. And you have groups like that and individuals like that who just want to get the most out of it. Why? Because this whole time, it's all about control. It's all about being greedy. It's all about having power. And we at the bottom refuse to see it for what it is. We at the bottom refuse to understand that wickedness exists. These people will they will stop at nothing to remain in control. And they walk in a very slippery, extremely slippery slope, because you have a segment of individuals at the bottom of the pyramid who have opened their eyes and are actually looking at things for what they are, and are creating and have created systems to even go against, to continuously try to fight against these powers. This is what's been happening in the cryptocurrency industry. Folks see what's going on. They see that you have a small group of people that own the majority of Bitcoin, and they're acquiring more and more and more. To what end? The end and the end game for them is to have absolute total control, which they can't have, because that would suggest a person who has control of everything would suggest, in my mind, in my limited finite mind, it would suggest that the person, is like created, right, is akin to being someone who has the power to create the world. And no, 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 no. Kick rocks with no shoes on. It's not happening, because there's two halves to the whole, two halves, two sides that make the whole. This is why I go the way I go. Like, I go so hard as far as finding, understanding and learning about these things in crypto, to see and identify what's already been laid out in front of us and how to use it against these mother effers. Because that's no different. It's all familiar. These things are not brand new in a sense. Yes, they look different, right? As far as technology, it's advancing, absolutely 100%. But these principles of why we are in this industry, when they talk about freedom, which we have to pay for, we can't just think that, we just gonna just be free, and no one's gonna know. You have to abide by and pay the piper. You have to really, unless you off the grid and you doing your own thing for real, and it's honored and respected, and you don't have people coming at you with weapons and guns trying to take you out. You're gonna have to play the game, but at least you be able to afford it. And when they talk about sovereignty and these ideals, is sweet. It's good on paper and on the surface, but very hard to practice if you don't have the resources to support your claim. You don't have the network, you don't have the resources, you don't have the power, you don't have the bread to really pay for whatever you claiming that you are, then it's a wash. Imagine entities like BlackRock. What was the other one? The other monster, wicked beast that was acquiring all so much Bitcoin by Grayscale. Yo, was it Grayscale? Castle Grayskull? Grayskull. Is it? Yeah. Grayskull in 2021 was killing it. And I'm sure they still are. We're talking hundreds of thousands. Where slow Johnny come lately, Michael Saylor, decided to jump on the bandwagon too, and back in 2021, and acquire to be competitive, right? It's about competition. Who's the greediest of them all? And we're left here at the bottom watching all these things take place. They're getting it right in front of our eyes, right? And this is not to say that we should. I'm not saying that you should go and get some satoshis and all that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to pay attention to what's happening. Pay attention to what's happening, and look at the position that you're in right now. We already know how crazy things are with the dollar, but look at how crazy things are in crypto, and coming from, and how the people that coming from the space of legacy of the fiat, how they're trying to, not even trying, they're already in here. They're already here, and they're taking it all. What we gonna be left with, right? What we gonna be left with? We understand though that the technology of Bitcoin is so lackluster and leaves so much to be desired. So people are taking advantage of that and creating and building and developing systems that can address the real needs of the people, so that we could retain our power. Because they're looking at what's going on here, and these idiots are so greedy, they so punch drunk. They're so power hungry, so power hungry. They want to be God so bad that they'll go to every there's nothing will stop them in their minds. So let them continue to try to satiate their greedy palates by looking for some kind of whatever power that will end for them, because we're not infinite. They're looking for infinite power, and it's void, especially the way the trajectory they're going. They're seeking, right? There's also us right here. Here we are looking at what's going on right now and taking complete advantage as well too, because it's not fair. Life isn't fair. And we watching the proof of how life is not fair. Socioeconomic differences, when you're looking at the ladder of hierarchy, the ladder, where do you fall on that ladder, right? We're mostly all most of us are at the bottom. Most of us are at the bottom of this social this chart, this pyramid, trying to find a way to make life more meaningful, coexisting with demonic entities. You can't tell me these people have our best interests at heart. I don't care what anybody says. BlackRock is a landlord. They own housing. They own real estate. Like they're going for everything, and I get it. Once, because this is what's gonna happen, right? Because this is familiar. The part about all this that's not familiar is the outcome, because we don't know what's gonna happen because we're going through it right now. So I think the difference between BlackRock submitting the proposal or application for Bitcoin ETF will probably be honored because Mr. Burns is in hot water. And I don't care if they remove Mr. Burns, Gary Gensler out of the office. They're gonna replace somebody just as bad, if not worse than him. So don't think that the SEC is your friend like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't think the SEC is your friend. Our friends, yo, they protecting the little guys. They're protecting us from being harmed by these wretched entities. Oh, thank you, SEC. No, they don't care about us, man. They care about them. And BlackRock is like, yo, it's time, man. I know you weak. I'm kicking you while you down. I'm peeing on your bald head, Mr. Burns. Pissing on it. And you better approve this ETF. You best, if you don't, it's gonna be a wrap for all of y'all. Watch what happens. Watch what happens, because this is what I can see, right? Like, if the Bitcoin ETF gets approved, I would imagine that's a super win, right, for the industry as far as crypto. Oh, Bitcoin ETF. Okay, validation. We are one step closer to whatever so-called regulations the United States is seeking, because SEC approved Bitcoin, BlackRock to run their own ETF. Here we go. The beginnings of the bull again, right? You could take the beginnings of the bull. Once Bitcoin goes up, everything else follows, right? But don't ever forget that this is not just for us. This is for them. They're trying to acquire more and enrich their coffers and treasuries. They're not doing this for the people. They're taking advantage while they see homeboys vulnerable. SEC is vulnerable, super vulnerable, and they looking like fools and idiots and the corrupt heathens that they are, because they are. You got the other monster saying, "Oh yeah, I'm taking you out right now because you useless. You're useless. So let me take it out because I got the bread to back it up. I got trillions right here to back it up. Erase y'all. Erase, eradicate y'all. I could just, I'm trying to be nice. That's what BlackRock is. It's just trying to be nice and make you think that they're sort of quote unquote fake benevolent. They're not doing us any favors. You got all of it. You got all the Bitcoin. What? And the whole talk about, but everybody can get at least fractions. Fractions is worth nothing, yo, when they got most of it. And that's what also increases value. This is another thing. When you got, 90, 95% of the joint in the hands of a few, and we get the dribs and drabs, it increases value. If one of them just had everything, it'd be no value because they got it all. So think about what we deal with on this side of the pond, right? Right? Does this not look familiar? Oh, right. This one right here. Okay, OA, 90%, whatever percent, most of it, this, that, and then the rest get dribs and drabs. Oh, makes kind of sense why there's some value, because you can still get some, not all, because most of it is locked up somewhere. Whoever owns it, blase blah. And that's just not because of OA, just this applies most of legacy and most of these corporations, which is why I always question now, because I believed in the 100% decentralization talk. I don't anymore. You have to have some form of centralization to make it both work, because you can't have one without the other. This is just basic, y'all. This is all things are dual in nature. You need one to make the other. You need to understand hot to understand cold. Let's make it work. It's just right here. The greed factor is so disgusting. People want to have everything and leave us with nothing, which is like just a simply put, is just an unfortunate flaw in man. This is not going away, right? This is not going away. That's why they say too. They attach the whole adage of old: money's the root of all evil. I cannot see myself just supporting chasing a bag, chasing this bag every day, chasing this bag, because guess what, man? This thing is arbitrary. We decide what to believe in and what not to. If it weren't for the fact that the United States, where I come from, doesn't have these guns, there's this super infantry to back its claim for a baseless fiat system that is not supported by gold, hasn't been supported by the gold standard for decades. If it weren't for its military prowess and might, it would be a super wrap for the dollar. It would be a wrap. It would be a wrap for the dollar. But here we are. Why do you think they don't know? You don't think they know? You don't think they saw in the last 3 years how, what how can they earn yield? Oh, everything is about making more. They have all of it, most of it. I'm not gonna say all. They have most of it and they want to make more. The greed element, flowing through their veins like blood. They want to make more. They can never have enough. It's all about more. And then we find ourselves tapping in that energy sometimes too, because we're never really quite satisfied, and we want more of something that's external, outside of ourselves. Meanwhile, we don't see how we have everything that we need at all times. We just have to deal with the challenges that life brings to us, right? So that's why we get affected when prices are low. Oh, prices are low. I'm inadequate. Prices are low. I'm inadequate. I don't have enough money to buy more. I want to buy more to satisfy some fake need that's not even really there. We let the greed overtake what's important in our lives. We let the greed overtake watching our children grow. We let the greed overtake connecting with people who we care and who we love. We're letting life go by because we're glued to being greedy. This is familiar. It's not new. And it's like sowing the seeds where we don't need to have an oppressive entity like BlackRock, SEC, and these monsters to literally put their feet on our necks. We're doing it to ourselves. We're doing it to ourselves by accepting the fact that we might feel that we are inadequate, we're not good enough, we're unworthy. When we see price go down and we feel bad, instead of seeing price go down, not be wavered, right? Not be affected by it. And on top of that, say, oh, I'm not going to be sad. I'm going to be excited because this is something that I like and it's so much cheaper. Hmm. Oh, I may not have the ability or the quote unquote dry powder, Warren Buffett term. I may not have Warren Buffett's term, dry powder, to acquire what I like, but I enjoy the fact that it's so cheap. So maybe if I do acquire the dry powder, I could get this at a discount. Yay for me. We don't celebrate it like that. And it's more than just about buying an F and dip and thinking in the term of a mind of a trader. Because there's a talk now, right? There's a talks now. This is all familiar, folks. There's a talks now that, oh, the traders won. The traders, listen, man, you need traders because they can betray you. That's what they do all the time. They betray themselves. So you're going to need the traders who are going to buy, sell, leverage, do all that. They have a purpose in the market. That's fine. You could engage in trading if it suits your needs and your desires. It's available for that free market. Yay. Good for you. That's fine. But it's when you get caught in this thing though, oh man, the traders won and I'm a hodler or I'm a long-term staker and I'm losing and what is this and I'm not good enough and I was wrong and I failed as no, wrong, wrong, wrong. You made it to this point and you were alive, right? You got to see this, right? You at a point in your life where you're witnessing, you're participating in a market in such a way where you seeing the majority of the world existing. They don't know anything that's going on here that's so exciting, potentially liberating, and you think you failed, you lost because you holding on something long term that you locked away, that's paying you every day, that's paying you yield, the same yield that these monsters chase with bonds, the same yield, not even the same. I mean, we get more on this side. What do they get? They wait till they see what's happening over here in the DeFi space. And this is why I say sometimes too, we don't have to rush things because things unfold when it's time for it to unfold. Things happen when it's time. I'm a certain age. I can't be 10 years older tomorrow. I have to go through the process. We have to think. Stop rushing things, right? Letting your greed overcome you. People want to make money every day in crypto. Shout out to them. I don't mind making money every day in crypto. I just want to get there healthy. I don't want to become a nasty, greedy MF like BlackRock and all these other entities. They don't care about you and me. They don't. We have to care for ourselves. That's why we created what we created here. We are the beginning of how in 2009 when the cypherpunks got together in their clandestine ways to communicate, to build a Bitcoin network, a network effect from 2009. Like, this is what we're doing because it's not familiar. This is all familiar in our own way, where a lot of us will prosper if we remain sort of like, if we don't get distracted. It's not by just shiny objects. There are certain things that just apply, certain principles that apply to all, that are universal. Greed is universal. It's nasty. It could take so much away from you. When is enough enough? It's never enough. It's never too much. It's give me more, give me more, give me more. Come on. There's always going to be someone that has more than you. Right? It's crazy. I don't wait a minute. Shout out to the concept, to the viewers. Shout out to y'all. Let me go through the chat real quick because I can't stay too long. Oh, more Hex, DJ Cryptomatic. Yeah, Sunshine. Heard it all before. Yeah, we have. We have. Shout out to you, DJ Cryptomatic, and for the work that you do in the community as well. RM17, what's up? What's up? Everything is Chris, man. They do fourth branch of government. Exactly. Look into you know, going into the state of the economy in 2008. I'm sure they were. Closing the bear markets, in my opinion. Yeah, indeed, indeed. Elliot, salute to Elliot. Back was supposed to hold physical Bitcoin, so that would pump the price. Those were the days. Yeah, exactly, exactly. We've heard these things before. We've heard these things about, these entities come into the market, da da da. They didn't move the needle either way. In fact, 2017, 2018, brought in that nasty bear market that lasted what, 2+ years? Crazy, crazy. MJ Money in the building. Good day to you. Oh, 100%. When you tell the truth, you're alone. You see how many friends you have when you tell the truth. And then again, see how many friends you have when you tell the truth and when you lend money, right? When you lend money, see how many friends you keep, you know? Sandy B, the dude in the building. Happy bear market. Indeed, indeed. Grayscale is, see, exactly. It was Grayskull, Castle Grayskull, Castle Grayskull. Alan Fizzer Bay, what's up, what's up, what's up? What's up? Alan say what's up to Sandy B saying what's up to Alan. Alan back to Sandy. BlackRock also has multiple medical groups under their umbrella. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. They own everything, everything. Not literally, but it's like it's like a thing that's spreading, right? They're like a virus. It's crazy. It's crazy. There you go. See, BlackRock has been buying a ton of single-family homes. Institutions don't usually buy single-family homes. All the costs to get people to rent them. And see, exactly. What was it? What was it that your man, not your man, but what was it that the other guy, Mr. Burns' cousin, Gary Gensler's cousin, Schwab, George Klaus, Schwab, Mouse, Burns' cousin? Yeah. Have nothing and be happy. There we go. We have nothing and be happy. They told us to our face, that the world it will experience a great reset. They said it. It's not clandestine. This is not something that's conspiracy talk, right? They said it, and folks just want to just ignore. Hexy Quinn, glad to have you. Happy Friday to you too. Hexy Quinn in the building. Sandy B said, XE. Said it's actually the love of money is the root of all evil. Money isn't inherently evil. It's just what people do it. That's a fact. That's a fact. The love of money and people is it's the I would say it's the lust for the bread, the lust for that dollar is what drives people mad, mad to where they lose all hope, attention, and everything for themselves. They care about that bread more than they care about themselves. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And again, we have life situations that occur that remind us of how mortal we are, how fallible we are, how human we are. You know, when we at the point where we're scared that we're about to transition, God forbid, or we see somebody, we witness, we connect with people who are going to transition, who are going to pass away, and we looking at them, and then it's like nothing means anything. We're just naked. Nothing means anything at that point anymore. And it's that moment where our true personalities present themselves, right? When people pass away or close to dying and things like that. And what does money do? What does money even mean at that point? What does it mean? You know? Sir Toasty, money is energy. Agree with respect is most likely root of all evil. 100%. 100%. Sir Toasty. Yo, these names, man, the internet is undefeated. Flight, fight, response is a biological survival mechanism. DJ Cryptomatic was laughing. Sandy B was said, DJ is what we doing. I'm unaffected, truthfully. If others aren't, when I choose to be unaffected, can't help them. Keep trekking, fam. 100%, 100%. In my car, vibing to this preach, preach. I hope you travel and reach your destination safe. DJ Cryptomatic. Humans have evolved so high that we created our own predator. Wow, see? Breaking it down, our predator is economic survival. There we go. See? Y'all understand. You're attuned. You're attuned. Tin Top, what's up, Hexicans? What's up, Tin Top? Hope your day is going good. Um, yeah, so this is where we are. This is where we are. This is what we're doing. Like, I'm we're halfway into the year. So I've been saying, and it's not just, I'm not trying to toot my own horn and do all that. I don't, when you look at history and what the market has presented, sure, there's no guarantee for future results, but after every Bitcoin halving, around 6 months after the every Bitcoin halving, the bull market appears, right? So around this time next year, or maybe the fall of next year, we should be in a different position that we are in now. And so when you look back, this is the position that people say is painful, right? Pain is subjective, right? And pain is a certain level of mindset, especially when we apply, in my opinion, to these markets and what's going on here, right? You can't beat yourself up for making a decision that you thought was well calculated and you did your best. You can't beat yourself up. You move on, because even when we plant our seeds to grow flowers or create a garden and the storm comes, right? Or some unfortunate natural event comes, what are you going to do? Beat yourself up for that? Does it make sense, people? Make it make sense. It wasn't your fault that some type of natural event came and just affected your garden. You sowed the seeds. You did what you had to do, provided nutrients. The sun was there, photosynthesis. Your game was tight. But because of some type of event that you couldn't predict, you couldn't even control, affected that adversely, affected your crops. Okay, what are you gonna do? Give up? Maybe. But what are you gonna do? Retreat whatever you created and do it all over again, or learn, or persevere, or give up. What? But like still, like some of these things that we go through in life apply in these markets, because you're still dealing with human beings. You're still dealing with personalities. You're dealing with emotions, you know? And greed is a motivating factor to why people make certain decisions dealing with money. And it's ugly. It could be so ugly. We watching it. Yo, while it's quiet right now, while everybody's not everybody, while people are so sad, and you got they're telling us this thing is being taken away from the power of the people. Bitcoin that was given to supposed to empower the people and disempower these central banks and these government bodies and entities that want to control the world, supposed to be disempowering for them. They're taking it all. They're taking it all. While we look at it and we're like, Kumbaya, my Lord. Or we crying. Why? No, 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 no. It's a wrong way to look at things. MJ Money in the building. Crypto Bigfoot, salute. It's the wrong way to look at things. It's about perspective. You know, and it's easier for me to talk about this, I guess. I would suggest, I guess, because I've been through these cycles already. And that's why I try to share things with people to, it's not about what makes sense conceptually, is I'm talking from experience, right? Like when the bull market comes back and everything is on the high and people think that you're gonna get caught in a euphoric sense where you're gonna feel like, oh man, I'm gonna be making money forever. No, that's where you mess up because the bull market is gonna show you something where it's unbelievable unless you're in it. This is not penny stocks. You know, the bull market is gonna show you something where wow, anything you put at any coin is gonna make money for you. And you're gonna feel like, oh man, I could make plans now. I can envision, I can fantasize, I can actually do things above a fantasy, take this money and go places or buy things and do this and do that, and this is gonna last forever. It's not. It's not. That's another trap. That's another trap that you shouldn't you shouldn't fall into because you're gonna look at your portfolio and you're gonna be like, oh man, let me just hold on a little more. Let me just get one more. Let me just get more and more and more. And before you know it, it changes. And then you're gonna be in a bear market. You won't know how long that lasts. And historically, the bear markets have lasted longer than these bull markets. The bull markets give it maybe 11 months, maybe. But during that 11-month, year-long period, you're gonna feel incredible. It's a drug, folks. It's like this dopamine kick that you get. This thing is bad. Yeah, like that's why I say like it's not good, man. Like I'm not saying it's not good. Like leave it alone, sell your back. And I'm not saying that. If you just remain as balanced and as focused as you can. Take advantage when the markets are down. Take advantage when the markets are soaring because everything rests with you. Ultimately, it all goes back to us, right? And paying attention to certain events is very important. Paying attention to what's going on so that you can see and adequately position yourself. So when these heathens want to sink their claws into our intangible wallets, they're gonna have the hardest time in the world where they're gonna have to give up. They're gonna have to give up because the tides are changing, but you're watching how they operating. You seeing the games that they're playing with each other. Like, and this is bigger than just whale games. Like BlackRock is the whale of all whales. Whale of all whales. Not no, I'm not gonna say that. Let me stop. They're colossal though, immensely, immensely. But imagine who they represent because everybody has somebody to answer to, in my opinion. And we here at the bottom like worker bees and or worker ants trying to get our weight up. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we watching. We watching. There are people in this community that that try to share education, at least try to, spread information, to lend hope, lend different ideas and perspectives, so that you don't fall into a cycle of anger, woe, misery, or depression. It's not for that. This time is when you're like, yo, super excited. That's where you should be. But who am I? I just talk crap on the internet. I'm saying I just talk crap. Just check the weather. He said, "Good morning, good morning." So Toasty defines the finance. There you go. Sonny in the building, my ninja. What's up with you, Sonny? Hope all is well with you, man. Sir Toasty, plant your crop and harvest it in the right season. There you go. There you go. This is it. It's like natural operations and natural mechanics. Even though we deal with this advanced piece of technology, this technologically advanced space, there's still and nature is still seething through all of this. Seething through all of this. I think the most technologically advanced element in the world is nature. We can't, like, that's me though. That's me. Sonny, I've been good, man. Just, you're just making it do what it does, man. Making it do what it does. And another thing, like Sonny, like I thought about the DJ set that you did a couple years back when you were mixing music. That was fire. That was fire, man. For real. This is the thing, folks. This is all familiar. There's nothing new under the sun, man. Please don't think that it's not going to get any better. Because after every storm, the sun, the sun, the sun rises. Not only rises, but it shines through the clouds after any type of situation. Things go up, they go down, things go in cycles as the wheel goes round and round and round. What you put out, you get back, right? The law of reciprocity. Some people call it uh, uh, something of a karmic type of element, karma, and all these things, but cause and effect, whatever you want to call it, is relative. Is relative here, right? We just want to just position ourselves, just be balanced, be grounded, grounded. When good things happen, we celebrate, but don't overly celebrate, in my opinion, because you want to be grounded. Don't lose yourself. When bad things happen, same kind of thing. Don't lose yourself. You balanced. You balanced. And both sides, you're receiving the blessings from both ends. Because even in hard times, there's opportunity to learn, right? There's opportunity to gain something. But we just have to be receptive to it. And that's what's happening in crypto. That's what's happening in life, but that's what we also got to apply it in crypto as well, right? Right? He said the sub crypto music mix. I remember that. I think it's still on my job. Yo, you gotta check it out, man. You gotta check it out, man. You gotta put on a new set. You got, throw on some new set. I'm sure. I'm sure the world needs to hear it, brother. Sonny in the building. Meta money, crypto pen. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, grounded in hex. Yes, grounded. Grounded is the operative term I just mentioned. Yes, somebody said grounded, and grounded in hex is in the building. Glad to see you. This is another thing, and this is off the topic a little bit, but kind of relative. Whatever happened with Libra coin? That whole fiasco with Facebook. You see, it's just been quiet. They smacked him. They smacked him for all the hubris that he was showing, and all, all basket of currencies, Libra coin and blah blah blah. Man, they came over and got they sat in front of Congress multiple times and got shut down. I don't even hear any talk about. I don't care for Facebook, but I haven't heard anything about some Libra. What happened with them? Wow. Remember 2, 3 years ago, they was going hard. Oh, Libra coin, or Libra, whatever, and then basket of nasty work, nasty work. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not in tune with them because I don't care for anything Facebook related. You know, their hands are so dirty and corrupt. It's crazy. You gotta like pick your poison. You definitely gotta pick your poison out here. But good people, it's about that time for me. I'm gonna let y'all go. And thank you for rocking with me. All right. I'll talk to y'all and catch you on the next one. Wait. Let me see, bro. AI. Oh, he said, well, AI came out and changed the game, set to change the whole world. Well, I get it. AI's kind of been out, but I understand new innovations, you know, AI folks. Imagine have becoming like, remember Bionic Man? That's gonna come to pass where you have parts of our bodies infused with mechanical, right? Elements, machine. I heard somewhere that somebody said that at some point. No, I'm not gonna get into this. That's a immortality. That's crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But have a good one, folks. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Take care.